What's up, guys? We just got off the phone with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, and it's confirmed aliens are real. Okay, considering that we are a mere atom on the bigger scheme of things in terms of the size of our universe. My colleague here next to me and I are deadlocked. I know aliens are real. Aliens can't not exist in a galaxy that is so vast and big and unknown. It can't only be us. But on today's episode, we're going to dive into the facts of the recent sightings, and we're going to shock you that the most compelling evidence actually comes from our neighbor in Zimbabwe. We're going to share the story and what happened and the witnesses. There was actually over 50 witnesses of alien species, and they all have the same story, and they're all under the age of 12. So we're going to get into that story. But I'm very excited. I'm gonna give it my best and present an argument that hopefully most of you side with me, but if you don't, no problem. Next to me, as always, Annemarie Meyer.
Thank you so much.
She called me an alien earlier, but let's get into it. I hope you enjoy this episode. There are so many ancient civilizations that have some sort of a documented, whether it's on rock art or, you know, from grandfather to grandson, stories of aliens that have waged war in the skies. I mean, dating back hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years back.
You do realize that there's certain things they smoke, and that also date back many years.
Okay. It's possible. It's possible. But I mean, the Dogon people of Mali in West Africa have a Sirius star spotted hundreds of years before, you know, modern technology and astronomy spotted that star. Okay, what were they smoking?
Is it a fable? Is it something that they don't just carry on from one generation to the other?
Okay, then similarly, the Native American tribes have legends, and they're called the Hopi legends. These are star people.
And moon people.
And moon people, yes.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not too sure as well, but I mean, if you consider it's Africa and then it's South America, it's worlds apart.
Okay, but the thing they smoke is across the world.
Is it available everywhere?
It's available
okay.
everywhere.
Let's continue. Let's continue.
But yes, I agree with, I do hear what you say.
Okay, let's continue. So after sort of towards the mid-20th century, a lot of Air Force pilots, a lot of sightings have been reported. Okay, so USA says, okay, no problem. Let's create a blue book. So a blue book is an Air Force program that investigates UFOs and UFO sightings and goes into depth. They've got a budget, they've got resource, they've got all the mega minds in the world, and we're going to apply these people towards investigating and coming, you know, back to the base, back to the truth. Is this a actual sighting, or is it maybe, as you suggested, they're smoking some stuff that they're growing that they shouldn't be, or is it a hallucination, or is it a sun reflection? What is it? So I'm going to get into...
But help me.
Okay.
They started in 1952 until 1969.
So 20 years.
Okay. But they stopped it.
Okay, but how do you investigate a hoax for 20 years? That's 2 decades.
Creative people.
Why continue into the subject after 2 decades with zero evidence? Okay, let's get into people that could not have possibly smoked something.
All right, let's go for it.
So our neighbor...
I know you're going to convince me.
Okay, so...
You're good at that.
So our neighbor in Zimbabwe, I'm going to read to you. It's in the Ruwa area of Zimbabwe. So that's just outside of Harare. Okay, 60 children between the ages of 5 and 12 years old report the same thing. During their break, they saw something like a light and flashes, and then people, that all 60 kids between the ages of 5 and 12 that were interviewed.
And the trees over there? There's been a UFO alert across southern Africa.
This is a continuation of possible UFO story.
A large, brightly coloured object was seen travelling very fast above Zimbabwe, Zambia and South Africa.
I thought it was an alien and he had big eyes.
People with big eyes, skinny limbs and tight suits. They did not communicate. These are kids. These are kids between the ages of 5 and 12. Their stories match.
They stick to the same story.
They communicated using telepathy. Is that the right word? Telepathy. So they speak to the person by looking at them and you can hear them in your mind. And the warning to the 5 and 12-year-olds was the danger of nuclear energy, the danger of nuclear weapons, and the destruction danger that we are busy applying to our planet. To 5 and 12-year-olds that are not thinking about nuclear energy and nuclear weapons, at that age, that's not something you are
they don't know about it. That's,
all 60 kids.
I think from all of this, that was the most gripping story to me. Because that was the one thing that I can't argue. It's kids.
They're not smoking.
They're not smoking. They're young. And it's 60 kids. And there's more to the story because there was surrounding people that obviously didn't see that, but there was a movement in the sky with lights and those kind of things. So it wasn't only a story that was maybe the kids' influence to tell a story, because there was a lot of surrounding areas.
100%.
And that I can buy into the story.
Okay, now the current climate. So the Pentagon announces that the US military fighting jets down an octagonal object over Lake Huron, okay, on Sunday, making this the latest incident of 4. Okay, so first we shoot the Chinese spy balloon. They claim it. Listen, why did you shoot our balloon? Why are you spying on us? You were in our airspace. Boom, we fire the shot. I mean, that's documented. There's proof. Okay, then we shoot down 4 other objects. Are you telling me that Lake Huron swallowed that object and it's missing? What about the other 3? We shot them down. Where are they? What were they? Why is no one talking about it?
The frightening part, I actually came across it earlier today, where they mentioned that the danger. So now suddenly I'll start wondering about it. Because the danger for the pilots, and they initially thought whatever they pick up on radar was a mismatch or a glimpse in the system, and that worried me. I thought, okay, maybe there's really something that they know they can pick it up, but they can't for sure say. And yes, you're right. What happened to the?
So I'm watching a Joe Rogan interview where he interviews a fighter pilot that has come up and said, I've seen something, and this was his experience. So from 50,000 feet down to 10 feet in a couple of seconds, like 3-4 seconds. We don't have any technology that can remotely come close to that. Having said that aside, how is your body wired to be able to sustain that G-force?
You can't.
Okay, we can't. We can't. And that's something that is seen. You know, the person has as clear as day recollection of the events. I was flying at this height, this altitude, this is what I spotted, this is how it went, this is how it went up, and then it disappeared.
Okay, am I right to say he wasn't the only fighter pilot that came out with that?
Yes. And
there were more people with the same in different areas.
Well, sort of like if you look at America like this, sort of in the central to, I would say, west coast of America, central to west coast of America, have all the, you know, the latest reportings have been, and the sightings have been reported. You know, in that specific area, what are they looking for there? You understand? Is there a type of a flying program or test program that people aren't aware of, but then the military says, no, this is not us, but meantime it is us. But going from 50,000 feet down to 2 feet or 10 feet in a couple of seconds and then disappearing in front of the pilot's eyes.
Shame. And poor South Africa, we just don't have any.
We don't have any aliens. Yeah, I would love to go and
so
meet them.
Why don't they come here?
So
is there nothing that's interesting?
the largest man-made radio telescope is 500 meters in diameter. That's in China, and it's called FAST. That is designed to send a pulse or some sort of a radio communication across the space.
Light years.
The problem is, here's my challenge. When you're talking about light years in our lifetime is unimaginable how far the distance is. In the bigger scheme of things in our universe, light years it's not even a dot. You know, the distances that radio communication has to travel before it reaches, you know, someone that can say, oh, we recognize this and send it back. So multiple, you know, signals have been received by this telescope, but, you know, we don't have the knowledge of the technology how to decipher that signal. There is an irregularity, there's some sort of a bleep or some sort of a activity, but we don't know whether that's communication or whether that's, you know, some sort of a noise that we can't explain. That's the challenge, because our technology, the way that we are geared right now is, I think, light years behind where we should be in terms of we can pinpoint, okay, that way, you know, there's something. So that's the challenge.
You believe there's something, you worry that we won't be able to communicate with them if we do find them.
I think, you know, in closing, I'm going to say this. My final thought is a UFO is not necessarily an alien. So a UFO is an unidentified flying, or a USO, unidentified submerged object. So unidentified means we don't know what it is at the time when we've detected it. So, for example, the Chinese balloon was a UFO until we knew it was a spy balloon and we shot it down. Okay, but you know, having said that, the question I'm going to pose is, with a UFO, is it a government plane that's top secret that nobody knows about and new technology being tested that nobody wants to claim and keep a secret and keep it on one side? Or is it actually, you know, somebody coming in and saying, hey, how's it? You've got a beautiful blue planet and we just want to take a look around. Is there something of value that we can either give you or take from you? You know what I'm saying? And if they make contact, how do we communicate with whoever it is? Or have we? So that's the question. But again, as I started initially, if we are not even an atom in the bigger scheme of things, for me, mathematically, it's not possible that we're alone in this universe.
I do agree with you. You're very right to say, because why would we only use this small space? There must be more.
100%.
Yes, I do agree to say it's an unidentified flying or submerged object. But yes, I still don't believe in it.
I do believe the call that I had with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones was true. So in my mind it happened, and they both confirmed, and they didn't have a chance to flash me with that magic pen that they carry around. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you've got an opinion about aliens, whether it's with me or Camp Annemarie, I know there's aliens. I've met a couple of people that are too weird to be from this planet.
We can shake on that.
Yeah, 100%. But wherever you want to camp, please leave us a comment, hit the like button,
and please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell. And please leave that comment. I want to know.
Thank you very much. Take care and have yourselves an amazing day. Bye-bye.